Hi everybody, it's Tammy with Frou-frou Studio, and I wanted to turn on the camera and show you an idea that I had for a pocket for a journal. And I don't know if somebody else has done this or not. I haven't seen it, but I was thinking about Tussie mussies. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with what a Tussie mussie is, but it is you make a cone out of paper, and I'm going to grab a sheet of paper so I can show you what I'm talking about. And you may already know, and this may be, I'll grab this piece of paper. This is one of Amy at Crafty Cat's digitals, and I used a portion of it, or I'm going to use a portion of it in what we're doing. But basically what you do is you create a cone, and this won't be a very good cone, kind of like this, and then you fill it up with, it can be flowers, or it can be, whatever, for the season or for the holiday that you are making them for. And then they have a little string, and you can hang them up, and they just make a real cute decoration. And so I got the idea of, can you adapt this to use as a pocket in a journal? So I've come up with an idea and kind of got the measurements and everything, so I thought I would show you guys in case you wanted to make some for your journals. So what I started with, and I did one of these to begin with. My prototype was a book page, and a book page works fine, but it's not quite sturdy enough. But if you're going to glue it down on the page, which is probably what you would do in this instance, it'd probably be okay. But I felt better using a cardstock, so that's what I did. So you want to cut your cardstock into a square. Now my square is 6 inches by 6 inches, because I found that if you do it 6 inches by 6 inches and then you fold it, if you're working on a journal that you've made out of 8.5 by 11 folded in half, it fits really nicely on the page. And I'm going to have a little tassel down here that will hang out the bottom of the journal. And then, of course, the top goes all the way to the top of the page. Now, if you're making a smaller journal than, 8.5 by 11 folded in half, then you're going to have to adjust your overall size to be smaller than 6 by 6. But I think you could do that, and I think they would actually look really cute smaller as well. But today, I'm working with a 6 by 6 piece. And this particular piece of scrapbook paper that I'm going to use is a Mente Backgrounds scrapbook paper, and it just has some sheet music on it. Another thing you're going to want to consider is, if your paper is not double-sided, you're probably going to want to put something, on the back side. And if you're using a digital, that would be a good opportunity to double up and make it probably thick enough, if you have the 2 sheets of paper. So, like I said, you're going to take a 6 by 6 piece of paper, and then you're going to fold it like so that you have a point at the bottom, but you do want an overlap. Okay, and you want to keep in mind too that you want your little triangle here at the top to be fairly even on both sides. So mine, once I folded it, my top part, this part from here to here and here to here, is 3 inches. Okay, so that's basically how you're going to make the pocket. So I'm going to glue this shut. How is everybody doing? Hope you're having a good weekend. Mine is good so far. I'm trying to get this video made so I can watch football later. We have a later game today, so before I glue this, I'm going to glue in this little tassel that I made to go down at the bottom, because most of the Tussie mussies that you see will have some kind of a tassel or beads or something down at the bottom. So I'm going to put this one in here, and I'm actually going to put a piece of tape, I think, to secure it. Do I even have any tape over here? Probably not. So maybe I won't put a piece of tape to secure it first. I'll tell you what I could do, though, is I could use my tiny attacher, because mine I'm going to glue down to the page, journal page, so the staple won't show anyway. See if I can get that in there. I just want something to kind of hold it in place while the glue's drying. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to glue here on this edge, and then I'm going to glue here on this edge. And then I'm just going to close it up, and I didn't get that one. Got that one. Too much glue there. All right. So now we have our pocket with our little tassel on the bottom. And I just made that tassel using embroidery thread. You just wrap it around a piece of cardboard, tie it off at the top, and then cut your bottom pieces, and you can make a cute little tassel. All right. So now we have our pocket. Now, one thing to consider when you're going to fill this pocket is, if you want anything that's going to go down, you know, to a certain point, you're only going to be able to have it as wide as it is down here. So keep that in mind, and I'll show you what I did when we get to that part. The next thing that I want to do, though, is I'm going to put this little piece across here to make it look like the front part is folded down. And this is where that little piece of digital for Mammy's kit comes in. And I believe that is in the city, and I do not know if it's 1 or 2 off the top of my head. So I'm going to ink this up, and then I'm going to, and the reason that I picked this particular piece is on one of the colors that are in it, and you'll see how that is going to come together once we get all the other pieces going. Oh, come on. Sometimes I feel like I'm all thumbs. All right, I'm just going to put it on there, and then I'll get those little hangy pieces and trim those off. All right, so now we have the impression that we have taken the front flap and folded it down. And there are tons of different ways to make these and decorate them. You know, you're really just you know, on your own as far as what the possibilities could be, because there are so many, like I said, I've seen them, you know, for Halloween with candy in them. I've seen them for Easter with Easter bunnies, and I've seen them for Christmas that have, you know, pine cones and flowers. And I mean, you could use them just really any time of year and in any kind of journal, to be honest. Okay, so this is what we have so far. Now let's see what we're going to do to decorate it. I have die cut some little snowflakes, and I thought what I would do is put a snowflake on there, and then I'm going to put this button, I think, and I might even put a little bit of lace under that. Oh, let's see. No, I may not. I may leave it like that. So I'm going to, these are just cut out of white cardstock, and then I emboss them with a iridescent glitter embossing powder. So I'm going to put one there. I'm going to put it kind of straight up and down. And then I'm just hitting the edges just a little bit so that they're not so white. We went to my grandsons had Grandparents' Day yesterday, and we went to school and got to spend part of the day with them. It's fun to see their classrooms and everything, but my daughter called me this morning, and she had to take the youngest one to the doctor because he has the flu. He has taken the flu shot, but apparently he has type A, which was not covered, I guess, in the vaccine. So now I have to not only worry about him not getting any sicker, but worry about whether we're going to get the flu. So I guess for the next few days, that's what we'll be doing. All right. I think I will put some lace across there. I kind of like that idea. This piece isn't long enough, but this piece is. So yeah, apparently the particular strain, and that could explain why we have so many children sick right now. If the flu vaccine that they took is not the right one, I'm sure that's not helping the cause any. It's always something, isn't it? he was so funny. My daughter, she called me. She was on the way home from the doctor, and he was talking in the back, and he's in 1st grade. And he was talking in the back, and he said, well, Mommy, he said, I guess I'm going to have to go home and just stay in my room and stay in bed, huh? And she was like, yeah, that'd be best. That way your brother and sister won't get sick. So he said, I'm sick grounded. So yeah, he thinks he's sick grounded to his room. They're so cute. Okay, so let's trim that. I guess he's thinking that his brother had COVID not too long ago. And I guess he's thinking back to that, where his brother had to stay in his room. You know, it's kind of quarantined off from the others, which did work, by the way. He did not give it to the other two, so. All right, now I have this color, and I think what I want to do is just do a little bow. I don't want anything that's going to be too bulky, but I would like to put just a little something on here. That's the thing about doing these things. You know, you come up with these ideas that you think would be really cute, and then you're like, okay, how do I do that without causing too much bulk? But like I said before, you know, I love to layer, and, you know, I am the world's worst at creating tons of bulk. But as long as you account for it ahead of time, and what I mean by that is when you're designing your journal, if you know that you are going to put a bunch of bulky pieces in there, then, you know, limit your pages, make your spine a little bigger. You know, there's things that you can do to make your journal, you know, be able to hold what you want it to hold, and, you know, not be gator mouth when you're done. A lot of times I won't build my spine until I'm done with my signatures, and that way I can be sure that my spine is going to be big enough to hold everything without being a gator mouth. And you can do that in most cases, unless you're doing, you know, like an altered book or something like that. Then obviously it's not as easy. All right, so I'm going to put that right there, I think. That just kind of finishes that off nice. I'm going to use 3-in-1 for that, and then we'll clamp it for a minute while we work on some of the other little pieces. Give that a chance to dry. All right. So that's pretty much all I'm going to do. I may put a sticker right here because I've got some really cute Kathy Holden stickers that kind of have those colors. So we may put a sticker or something down here in a minute. Okay. So for the, and I'm going to put this tag on there too, I think, hanging down. Let's see what we can find to put on this tag. I am inking with walnut stain because I think the darker color goes better with the music paper. So this is just a price tag that I found a pack of them at a thrift store. Nothing special about them at all. Okay, now let's look and see, because I know she's got, this is Kathy Holden Flea Market Finds, and these stickers are awesome. Not only are they beautiful, but they are matte, and they do not have big borders around the outside, so they're pretty much perfect in every way. I think I'm going to do that one right there. And just trim the edges. Okay. All right, let's work on what we're going to put inside. So, like I said, you have to allow for your ephemera to go down in your pocket. For mine, the widest that I could go and be fairly long, like this piece, was 2 1/4 inches. And of course, that's going to vary depending on, you know, how long you want it. The shorter little piece, you know, is 1, 2, 3 inches wide, but it's not going to go as far down in there. So you either have to do long, skinny pieces, or you have to do short, wider pieces, if that makes sense. This is a digital from Digital Collage Club, and it was actually in the it's something to do with winter is the kit, but these were actually journal pages, and I just cut out a couple of the images and made tags and backed them because I like these particular images. Now, you'll notice that I am doing a winter theme, but not necessarily a Christmas theme. I know everybody doesn't celebrate Christmas, and so I don't want everything to be Christmas all the time from now till December, but everybody does have winter. So, you know, you can still celebrate the season without celebrating Christmas or the holiday or whatever. And to be quite honest, I don't want to do, even though I love Christmas, I don't want to do Christmas every day because I think I'll get burnt out doing all Christmas. This top piece, I'm just talking 90 miles an hour, aren't I? This top piece is one of my vintage advertising cards, and I just cut it, and I put some paper behind it and made just a little notebook. Excuse me just a minute. I got a tickle, and I was afraid I was going to cough, so I wanted to take a little drink there real quick. I'm going to put a lace topper in this one. I may cough anyway. Sorry about that, guys. And I'm staple it. And then for this one, I'm going to put a regular hole. And put a reinforcer on it. Whoops. Sorry if I shook you then. Let's do this kind of red color. And I've put the image on both sides of this tag because I thought there was enough negative space that you could write on it anyway. You know, there's enough that you could really write quite a bit on there. So, and I didn't want to, you know, not use that image. And this is just a little journal card, but it's actually the other half of this card to where I had to cut it down. So I did that. And then this is a piece of ephemera from Tim Holtz, and it just says Victorian Restaurant. It's like a menu. And then I've got this little ticket just to have something to stick in there. Okay. So now let's see. I think I'm going to put this ribbon in this tag. Like that. And we need something to go here, and I thought this label might be cute. This is a Tracy label, I believe. Okay, so that's that one. And I might put like a little tab or something on the top of this one. All right, let's do one of these at a time. So if I took, maybe I'll take and make like a little tab using some paper, scrap paper, and some lace bits. What do I have over here? Here's some music. I need to be, actually this piece might be better. And then, what else do we have? This is a piece of a book spine. And then maybe I have something. You hear me ripping, that's me ripping stuff in my, this is also a piece of a book spine. It's kind of the stringy part. All right, let's see if I can get my, what'd I do? There it is. Stapler to go through that. Yep. Crumple it up a little bit. Okay, so that one's kind of cute. All right, on this one, let's see if we can find another sticker. Like that one. Okay, let's look in the other one. Two. These are really beautiful, guys. Okay, so I've got these two, but I want to, I believe, put a little piece of book page down. I'll stick these right on the corner of my glass mat there until I can get this down. And I mean, this is gorgeous just how it is. I mean, you definitely do not need to add anything to it. I just wanted to kind of do something besides it being just the digital. Alright, so there's that little tag. And then on the last one, someone in here that I thought would be cute. Let's see if I can find it real quick. I don't remember if it was in this book or the other one. I'll flip through them so many times, so I'll have them memorized before you know it. Oh, I can't find it now. Should have pulled it out when I was flipping through. Oh, I like this one too, but it's not, I don't know that the color's gonna do. It's a little big. It says kids gloves on it, that's why I like it. This color-wise would go well. Let's do that, and then, oh, here's another glove one. Let's do that and a round one. Alright, so I'm going to do this one here. I'm going to put that little circle there. Okay, so there are those. I'm pinning my glue real quick. All right, so this should be good and secure by now. So let's take our little clamp off. And then I'm going to fray these. You know, you spend much of your life trying to get your ribbons not to fray by burning the ends or whatever. I used to make hair bows and sell them. When my granddaughter was a baby and actually would wear a hair bow, I made a lot of hair bows, and so I made, you know, extra ones and sold them, and that was the big thing, is to, you know, burn the ends of the ribbons so that I can put that other sticker on there. Sorry. Saw a squirrel. So the ribbons wouldn't fray. And now we want everything to fray. So that just tells you things change. And I have a couple of other snowflakes too, actually. Do I want that one? Or do I want this one? I think I want this one. If I had another little button or something to go in there, I think that'd be real cute. So I'm going to ink it. And again, I don't know if you can tell, but that has I have ink on my hands, but it has just a iridescent embossing powder on it. And I think I'm going to glue it right there, and then we'll find something to stick in the middle. Okay. I don't think this one needs one. All right, back to sticker for that pocket. Maybe I could put that glove one on there. No, that's too much for that color. I need something that has a greenish color. I'll keep my hand on that page for a second. I know you probably can't see me flipping through that. Sorry about that. I really like that bird. Can we get that bird on there and kind of wrap it around? It's got the perfect colors. So it's not particularly a snowbird, but I like it. I wasn't ready for you to stick yet, bird. Can I get that? Yes. Now, should we take this other snowflake and put it on here and then cut it in half? Yes, I think we should. Okay, and I'm going to just cut that right off. I got so much stuff stuck on these scissors. There we go. All right. Now, I will tell you that I do not have anything here to do it. But I will put another button probably right here. And then I think I will put something here. I don't know that that will be a button because I don't want to build up, you know, too much bulk on the tag. But I will do something there. Now, I'm going to take this doily and I'm just going to ink it up a little bit. And I folded it and I'm just going to stick it down in there. It's not really going to serve a purpose other than somebody could use it if they wanted to. Now, you could very easily glue that down in there as well. And, you know, add it as part of your decoration. But I'm just going to stick it down in there like that. Remember, you're going for a Victorian style here, so the more frilly frou-frou that you make it, you know, the better off you're going to be. All right, so let's stick all our stuff in. Did I even ink that? It doesn't look like it. And this is just cut out of Tim Holtz, his cardstock. And it is cut with his one of the ticket die and then stamped with his ticket stamp. And I am just crumpling it to make it look more vintage because it is not. Okay, so we have this probably needs to go on the back because it's the widest thing. And the thing about these is you can, you know, make them as full as you want it. But what you want to remember when you're making your stuff to put in it, do not go over this point because you know this point's at the top of your page. Okay? So you don't want to make anything higher than that point unless you want it to stick out. And then, of course, you can make it as high as you want to. But I'm just going to stick everything down in here. And if you kind of squeeze on the sides, it'll open up so you can get everything down in there. And there we go. We did it. We made a little Tussie mussie for our journal. So if you were to put it on a pocket, like I said, this would be your page. And then you would just mount it on your pocket, and your little tassel is going to hang out the bottom. If you don't want that, then don't put the tassel on there. If you wanted it to be at the top, you could put the tassel up here, I guess. If you didn't want it to hang out the bottom, that would still work. All right. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I think it's going to look really cute in a journal. You could also do one for a journal cover, I guess. You know, and you can make it, like I said, you can make it just as fancy or plain or as you want it and for whatever style you want. So You know, you can see here we did winter, but we by no means did Christmas. So, I wish I had thought of it, you know, during Easter. I think those would have been more cute with little bunny rabbits and eggs sticking out the top and such. So we may have to revisit this come spring if we get through the winter and do a spring one. So there you go. Tussie Mussies for your journal. I hope everybody has a wonderful rest of your weekend. And I will see you guys on Tuesday for Marguerite Miller. Bye.